Good evening and welcome to the 11th year of The School Zone. I'm your student host, Dave Nicholson. The School Zone takes you behind the scenes of the Sioux Falls School District. Our first story tonight takes us to the newest school in the district, Discovery Elementary School. It opens its doors this August. Principal Ann Williams will tell us what it is like to open a new school.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Williams. I'm the principal at Discovery Elementary School. Our journey in opening the school began in February when we began hiring our teaching staff here at Discovery. The process of hiring started with our teaching staff in February. We then went into hiring our custodial staff, our educational assistants, our clerical staff, and again, we were fully staffed probably in the spring of last year in May. We did do some additional hiring over the summer to fulfill the increase in enrollment that we had at Discovery. Through the whole process, it's been very collaborative in approach. I was very lucky to work with a lot of gifted people to help make every decision in order to make it a kid-friendly decision in an environment where children want to be and to learn and to play. And it was a wonderful process. It was very different from when I was at Robert Frost School because all those things were in place when I came to Robert Frost. So I guess the difference between opening a new school and staying in an existing school is that you have a palette that is totally blank, and you get to design it from the ground up. You get to design how you want to run the lunchroom and the schedule for the lunchroom. You get to design kids line up on the playground. And again, it was wonderful because it was done in a collaborative process and looking at how kids best enter and exit the building, how we can best utilize our time for them to eat in enough time and to play. And that was really fun to do, to look at it from a number of different perspectives because our staff came from a variety of schools within our district. So they brought in a lot of great knowledge in terms of what worked best at their schools. So we meshed all of those ideas together in order to bring that foundation for Discovery. And again, I just feel very blessed and honored that I got to be part of the process.
You know, when we look at this facility and just think about how it's come to be a reality, it's the power and the promise that we can give to our children that will enter this building on Monday for the first time and the future that they hold in their hands. And this is also very much possible because of that partnerships we have in this community. And so we are so grateful to be here today and to have the support that we have and just the excitement. We have a very energized staff ready to go so that our students are prepared to meet those challenges in the future. Thank you.
It's nice in a community like this where I can say, Dave and Sherry, Pam and Ann, congratulations. The plaque reads, congratulations are extended to Discovery Elementary. We extend our sincere congratulations and best wishes for your success and continued growth in the Sioux Falls area. Presented by the Sioux Falls Area Chamber of Commerce, progress is everyone's business. Signed by President Evan Nolte and Chair Del Froelich.
Our second journey into the School Zone will introduce us to some new administrators.
Hi, I'm Ann Davis. I am the coordinator of Fine and Performing Arts for the school district. Just arrived in Sioux Falls in July of the summer, came from Omaha, Nebraska, and enjoying my time in Sioux Falls very much. Well, I've been an educator for 25 years, the first 7 years teaching 5th through 12th grade band in a small rural school in southeast Nebraska, and then 18 years after that in the Millard School District in the Omaha area. Millard is a school district very similar size to Sioux Falls and very similar makeup in many ways. I taught 5th through 8th grade band with the majority of the time in middle school there and served as supervisor of instrumental music for the school district. So kind of split my time between teaching and doing that. One of the strong appealing factors to me about coming to Sioux Falls is the link between the community and the school. And I think the arts are one of the strongest links between the school and the community. So I hope to continue that link and strengthen that link and become very involved in the community activities. I think one of the most important things I do is to be an advocate for the arts, both within the school district and within the community. So I hope to continue doing that. I also hope to provide the resource necessary for the teachers to do their job to the best of their ability. It's those teachers and their daily contact with students that's the most important thing, and the joy of my job is providing them the resources and schedules and so on that they need to do their job well. Well, I love to read. I also like to quilt, and I don't have a great deal of time to do that, but reading is one of my favorite things. Recently, I've been doing a great deal of professional reading. I just finished a book called Pathways and another one called Positive Words, Powerful Results, and I think it has some very good lessons in it. But I also spend time reading nonfiction, particularly late in the evening, and then just finishing a good mystery.
My name is Tracy Veek, and I am the new Staff Development Coordinator for the Sioux Falls School District. That position is a new position this year. It was one of the goals of Dr. Pam Holman, the new superintendent. I was hired for this position because of my experience working with various schools throughout South Dakota. I've worked with the Department of Education and the Adult Learning Communities, which is a consortium of 26 school districts, providing professional development in the areas of curriculum integration, technology integration, and doing a lot of work with No Child Left Behind in the area of data retreats, curriculum mapping, and school improvement process. Prior to that, I was a special education teacher in Douglas, Wyoming. I have an undergrad in elementary education and special education, and my master's degree is in technology in education. And we've lived in Sioux Falls for about 3 years now, and I have 4 children. We have one at Lincoln and one at Edison and one at Robert Frost, and then my stepdaughter Haley lives in Presho. Some of the goals that I hope to accomplish, one of the big things that has been set forth for me is to develop a systematic professional development plan for the Sioux Falls School District that includes professional development opportunities from everyone from the bus drivers and the clerical positions all the way through the teachers and the administrators as well. There are a lot of great things that are already happening in Sioux Falls, and what I hope to do is to develop a plan that includes all of those so that we have one place that we can look and see all of the great things that are happening for the staff of the Sioux Falls School District. Some other things we're looking into, spending the next year developing a mentoring program. And the mentoring program will look vastly different, I'm sure, for elementary teachers and middle school teachers and high school teachers just because of the nature of their jobs and the duties that they do.
My name is Lavana Emanuel, and my title is Assistant Principal at Washington High School. And I came to Sioux Falls from Lincoln, and while I was in Lincoln for 2 years, and I was in administration both of those years. Before that, I was in Fremont, Nebraska, and I was an English teacher for 7 odd years, and I taught juniors and seniors in English and language arts. I have 2 children. One is a freshman at Iowa State University, and the other one is in 8th grade at Memorial Middle School. And I have a husband of 19 years. While I'm here at Washington, I would like to get to know the students, the staff, the community members, just the workings of this school system. I would like to work with teachers on teaching and learning, and I would like to be able to interact with the students, and I would like to find out what the community of Washington feels are the strengths, and I would like to find out what the areas that the community feels that we need to work on, and begin to address those.
Well, my name is Julie Hartman, and this is my first year at Robert Frost Elementary. Actually, it's my 14th year as a principal in a school setting. I've been in 3 different districts. My first administrative experience was in Armour, South Dakota. I was a K-8 principal there. Then I moved on to West Central School District in Hartford and worked with elementary as well as middle school students there. I was in that district for 8 years. And then my experience in Sioux Falls was starting off at John F. Kennedy Elementary as an assistant elementary principal, I worked under the leadership of Fred Adderhold for 2 years, and then last year with Larry Bandy. And now I'm at Robert Frost and very excited to be at this elementary school. Very good. This is a very good elementary school. We have wonderful staff, a great group of parents and teachers to work together, and students that are excited about learning. Well, I'm very pleased to be a part of the Sioux Falls School District because the Sioux Falls School District is very progressive in its leadership regarding student achievement, programming that is helping to meet children's needs, educational needs. And so what my mission here is to just further the mission of the Sioux Falls School District. And that's, of course, to help every child succeed in a changing world. And my work here is to provide leadership to the teachers, the staff, in helping us to meet those needs of individual students.
My name is Paul Gosman. I'm currently the coordinator of middle school education for the Sioux Falls School District. I begin this position this school year. I began in July 1st. As the coordinator of middle school education, my role is to oversee the curriculum, basically taking a look at what is taught in our middle schools and how that is taught, and to work as a professional question asker, working with the team of middle school educators, middle school administrators, to determine what we're teaching, how that best meets the needs of our students, how to best approach teaching as a profession, as an art, to get the right material to the students in a manner that's appropriate, relevant, and preparing them to be lifelong learners and to grow into the 21st century. Our middle schools in this district, we have about 4,800 students in five buildings. And we, in 1991, embraced the middle school philosophy, which basically means that we work together in our middle schools by teaming students together, teaming teachers together, and making certain that the teachers are collaborating, working together, giving students a lot of opportunities as they go through. I'm someone that really embraces change, and not just change for the sake of change, but change for the betterment of education of students. I think, the mission statement of the district is something that is in my mind. To educate and prepare students to succeed in a changing world is something that's very important. When you boil everything down, though, it's all about student achievement, and that's what I see my role as is designing curriculum and teaching strategies, instructional process to have students achieve in a manner that's best for them. So that's, if you boil everything down, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for student achievement.
Hi, I'm Jeff Holcomb, new director at Southeast Technical Institute. I came here by way of the city of Sioux Falls. I've spent the last 20 years in government in a variety of different areas. I've worked for the state of South Dakota in the Department of Education for a number of years, worked for the Bureau of Administration in purchasing, and then came to the city of Sioux Falls in purchasing. So I've worked in the business aspects as well as education. And for the last 3 to 4 years, I've been interested in getting back into education. And when this position became available, I thought this would be a grand opportunity for me to work my way back into the education field and work with students. I have a great background in administration, so this was a grand opportunity to put all those skills together, and here I am today. Southeast is a great institute. There are many wonderful, wonderful people here who do a great job of educating our youth. They are preparing a qualified workforce, and they do a fine job of doing that. And I've had a great experience so far working with all of them and trying to plan for the future. There are wonderful things happening here. We are on the cusp of a growth period that I think is unprecedented. We have 43 programs now, and I can only see that number expanding in the near future. We also are expanding physically. We're adding housing. We have one on the ground now, and we will be building another one this next year. We are also expanding our health facility building next door, and also our health programming. So we're kind of bursting at the seams right now. We look forward to the possibility of even building further. We want to continue to provide that good level of service to our students and to the community, that we can provide for the community those skills that are necessary to continue to grow the economy. So we have just a whole ton of things to do, and we're looking forward to working with the school district to supply a good articulation for students right into our programs, as well as the area school districts to bring students here. We're looking at non-traditional students as well to make sure that we are providing training and retraining for individuals who are already here and are looking at a new career. So we have multiple things that we're trying to address, and we are very interested in being a vital part of this community.
The No Child Left Behind legislation took place several years ago. Our district has dealt with the changes that this law has brought about. One of those acts involves the district EAs. The EAs are part of an important part of our district. The EAs must now have 2 years post-high school education or pass a Para-Pro test. Let's find out more.
My name is Dave Scale, and I'm Assistant Superintendent for the Sioux Falls School District. And as Assistant Superintendent, one of my responsibilities is to oversee the Human Resources Department, where we have been administering the Para-Pro test to our educational assistants throughout the district. The No Child Left Behind legislation, which was passed by the federal government, required that educational assistants working in schools receiving Title I funds that performed instructional support duties needed to be highly qualified by 2006. By highly qualified, they meant that they must have completed 2 years of post-secondary education, not necessarily a 2-year post-secondary degree, but had to have 48 hours of credits. Or they had to pass through a state or local testing certain knowledge that was determined to be appropriate. The state of South Dakota used the praxis or paraprofessional test as other states did, and the Sioux Falls School District decided to use the same test. The Sioux Falls School District made a presentation to the Board of Education, and the Board of Education approved it 1 year ago, that we would like to have all of the paraprofessionals in the district highly qualified, and that we would support them through training and through administration of the test in order to become highly qualified. The board did approve this, and we set up on that during this past year. Dave Dertine, who is the specialist for human resources in our office, administered the test. We had a grant that was available which paid for the training. Through the testing, cooperation of our EA Association, we can now say that all EAs performing instructional support duties within our district are highly qualified. We are very proud of our association and of the EAs for doing this. I know that there was apprehension. Some of them hadn't taken tests for a while, but we worked with them, gave them the opportunity, and they responded very well. It did not mean that they were not capable of doing their duties, because the EAs we had were able to do their duties and qualified to do it. It's just there were new federal requirements for the highly qualified. And we felt like that it was important for all of our EAs so that they could work in any building in our district, regardless of whether it was a Title I building or not a Title I building.
My name is Dave Dertine. I'm the Human Resources Specialist of the Sioux Falls School District. I work with the education assistants and help them with the process of taking the Para-Pro assessment test that they were required to take. Wanted to talk to you briefly about how we set up the testing and the training for our education assistants. In October, we sent out a letter to our education assistants asking them if they had met the requirements of the No Child Left Behind Act. If they did, we then asked them to provide proof of their education. If they did not, we then asked them to participate in training provided by the Sioux Falls School District to prepare themselves for the Para-Pro assessment. The training was set up through the Dakota Digital Network, amongst other schools throughout the state. It was a valuable training experience to our education assistants, which I think they appreciated in preparation for this test. We then set up test times, which started March of this year, and we concluded actually in July of this year, which the test includes the subjects of reading, math, and writing. Our education assistants did a wonderful job in taking this test. In fact, we had a 90% success rate after the first taking of the test. Those who did not pass did have the opportunity to take the test again. We provided the opportunity for our education assistants to take the test 3 times. And as Dr. Scala indicated, we are proud to say that all of our education assistants have passed this test.
My name is Janice Hayes, and I work here at Hawthorne in early childhood. And I guess I studied very hard for the test because it's been 30 years since I've been in high school. And I studied very hard for the test, and I actually had my 2 sons help me with the math because it's been a long time since I've done math. And I was very worried about it. And when I was taking tests back in high school, we did not take tests on computers, so that was different. And I was very glad when the test was done. And I did pass the first time I took the test. So I was very happy.
What age do you work with them?
I work with ages 3 to 5.
Hi, my name is Gloria Hansen. I work at Hawthorne Elementary. I work in the migrant room. We have children from kindergarten through 5th grade. Before that, I worked in early childhood at Hawthorne for 15 years. And when they said they were going to give us a test, I wasn't too intimidated because I had moved on up. I mean, before we did ABCs and coming. But I was familiar with the math and the other things, and they had a pre-test, and I took that, and you could send it in, and I did fine on that, but they had a study period where a gal came in and reviewed with you, and that was very helpful. And I went to take the test, and he had to type in my ID number, which he'd given me, which didn't work. So I was a little intimidated at first, but he had given me the wrong number. So we typed it in, and you get immediate feedback, which is good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And came up, I did fine. I passed the first time.
Which I've worked in early childhood for 5 years. So, and working with 3 to 5-year-olds, I don't know how much of the test that I actually use in the room, but we all had to take it. So.
And it covered all 4 areas: reading, writing, math.
Can you tell me about how many questions there were?
There were...
Wasn't there 90?
90 questions.
90 questions?
90 questions.
Fairly long test.
It was a long test.
It was a long test.
It was a long test.
Average probably
about an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, some of it was on the knowledge that you knew, and some of it was on the application of how you would present the knowledge to students and stuff. Okay. So.
A special teacher was recognized nationally. Karen Luhens, 2nd grade teacher at Hawthorne Elementary School, was recognized by the United States Department of Education with the American Star of Teaching Award. Let's take a look at part of the ceremony.
And I'd like to just add a couple of things I think you really need to know. Last year, in the spring, our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students took a test that all the children in South Dakota take and all the children in the United States take in the spring to see if you've been learning all the objectives or the things that you need to know in school. And last year, we made some wonderful growth. Do you know that we have 10% more students proficient in math and 13% more students proficient in reading? We did that last year. You students did it. I'm here today because among you is a star. Lots of stars, but I'm here representing as representative of Secretary Rod Page. He's in charge of education for the whole nation. Can you believe that? And he sent me out here today because he told me that there was a star here at Hawthorne Elementary, a teacher among you who accepts the challenges that come to her, who works year after year with the many, many students who come to her classroom, often from different countries, speaking different languages. And she works with them at the beginning of the year, takes a look at where they are in their learning, makes good direct plans about where they need to go, and works hard. And so it is with all of these things that I come today to present to you a star, Mrs. Karen Luhens. And she'll please come forward now. Mrs. Luhens, please come forward now. We would like to honor you. You have been selected for American Mrs. Luhens was nominated for this award. We are going around the country in every state and selecting an American Star of Teaching. The hard work that teachers do is invaluable for our nation and for our country and for your own communities as well. And in nominating his wife, Mr. Luhens said, "She is my hero."
Well, I've been here before, and I don't leave, do I? Because it's because of my students and the kids and the faculty members and my administrators and my God that I am here. And I'm deeply humbled again in front of all of you. And I thank you. And I want to see all of you to continue to learn. That's what you are here for. And the teachers are still learning too. We never give up. Right, guys? We keep going. We never give up. And with all of that, I love all of you, and I'll see you at recess.
That is all for our journey into the School Zone. Join us for the fourth week of each month in a new edition of the School Zone. I'm Dave Nicholson. You stay classy.